Hello and welcome back to another edition of AEW Dynamite out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. And today's show is bound to be good as Chris Jericho is on commentary with Floyd. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The show started off with the Butcher and the Blade against FTR. Fuck the Revival, For the Revival, Free the Revolt, whatever it stands for. FTR won after Cash Wheeler pinned the Blade after a Mindbreaker assisted Spike Pile Driver. The match was really, really good. Went a long time, really competitive and put both teams over. And then after the match, FTR were telling Tony Schiavone that this is the pinnacle of tag team wrestling when they were interrupted by the Young Bucks. The Bucks said they hadn't properly introduced themselves to each other and then said they'd been single-heartedly carrying the tag team wrestling for a decade and a half. The Butcher then attacked the Blades, and then Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc all ran out and got involved in a brief brawl. This was really good. Definitely sets up the FTR Young Bucks in a slow build, which I don't mind at all. And the match was quality as well, so a great start to Dynamite. Dasha Gonzalez then interviewed the Neutral Nightmares along with Brandy Rose and Ali. Brandy was annoyed that Ali was wearing a Nightmare family jacket, but QT said he gave it to her because she's part of the family now since she's a girl. Dustin said he needs QT's head in the game next week because they have a title shot against Omega and Page. This is decent, funny as ever, but I'm not going to grade it because it's probably too short. But anyway, then we moved on to Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford, of course accompanied by Kip Sabian, defeated Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. Penelope Ford hit Shida in the face with the AEW Women's title behind the rest back, and then hit a bridging fisherman suplex to pin her for the win. This is a big win for Penelope Ford. I don't know if this sets a title match up, but I was shocked when it happened, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not sure if it's the best thing to have Shida pinned just a few weeks into her title reign. Time will tell, but I'm only going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Tony Hawk then appeared in a video where Darby Allin practiced until he could skate off a ladder without falling. This is quite good. Just random shit, but it's just brilliant by AEW. Then we had another one of Britt Baker's montages where she talks about being a role model and says she's tired of Big Swole's attitude. This was very good again, but I'm not going to grade it because it's probably too short. Then we got the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy defeating Santana and Ortiz and Jake Hager. Orange Cassidy managed to trap and pin Ortiz. And then after the match, when Jericho got angry on commentary, he got in the ring with his Floyd and hit Orange Cassidy in the head, busting him open. Then attacked him with a bag of oranges, which I just love. This is the exact reason why I love the Inner Circle. And I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, just for Jericho alone. The match was alright, but Jericho just makes everything so much better. At ringside, MJF then picked a fight with Billy Gunn and the Gunn Sons, which is why we all love MJF. Just being dopey AF and getting himself into an unwinnable fight. I'm looking forward to that match because MJF will be brilliant. But anyway, then we got Guevara defeating Colt Cabana. Guevara won with the GTH on Colt Cabana for the pinfall. Predictable result, predictable match. This was just a bit too similar for then the Jericho match last week, which is why I'm only going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. However, there was some decent bits in it. For example, Guevara losing his present that Jericho brought him a few weeks ago. But anyway, after the match, the Dark Order, including a returning Evil Uno and Stu Grayson's, entered. Brody Lee offered a hand to Colt Cabana and helped him up. They left while Colt Cabana looked confused. He left and Sammy Guevara picked up a mic and declared himself the best wrestler in AEW. Matt Hardy came out and told Sammy that he should get away from Chris Jericho so he could live up to his potential. Sammy said that he'd never trust Hardy, who tried to kill him twice. Then Hardy changed characters again, turned into Mascus and threatened to delete Guevara, who ran away. This was good, to be fair. I'm not going to increase the overall grade, but I enjoyed both segments. especially the Matt Hardy one. I kind of hope Colt Cabana doesn't join the Dark Order though, because I think he's probably better just putting off over younger talents as a single star. But I'm still going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Then we got Joey Janela drinking in a bar while taking in voiceover about how directionless he feels. He left the bar and happened to run into Sonny Kiss, who gave him a ride in his convertible. Not going to grade this. This is a bit weird and I don't really know what to make of it. Then Colt Cabana entered Brody Lee's office. You know my thoughts on this. Kind of hope Colt Cabana just feuds with the Dark Order. That'd be nice. Then in the parking lot, John Moxley told Alex Marvez that he's in a bad mood, not just because his whole body hurts, but because Taz keeps saying that Brian Cage is going to beat him at Fyter Fest. Moxley can't wait for Fyter Fest so he can shut everybody up by beating Cage. Taz showed up and got in Moxley's face, distracting him while Cage ran up behind him and attacked him, leading to a brawl that did serious damage to a car. I really enjoyed this. Put Cage over massively. Character development for Moxley. But man, Cage just looks like a beast and I can't wait for the match at Fyter Fest. And then in our main event, Cody defeated Mark Quinn to retain the TNT Championship in a very good match, to be fair, after Mark Quinn tapped out to an ankle lock that Cody maintained with his legs. After the match, Jake Hager showed up and attacked Arn Anderson and then Cody. Private Party came out with Matt Hardy and attacked Hager with chairs. Then Guevara, Santana and Ortiz came out and it turned into a full-on brawl. Cody grabbed a mic and told Hager they were fighting for the TNT title at Fyter Fest. The match overall probably would have got a 7 out of 10, but I didn't really like the ending, just so I don't want Hager to get an opportunity. I feel like there's better out there. So for that reason, I'm only going to give this segment a 6.75 out of 10. And overall this week, AEW Dynamite is getting a 6.5 out of 10. Much like last week, it was a show which didn't really build too much, but all the segments were nice, good, and I enjoyed them all, despite not having much meaning. FTR looked good, Brian Cage looks like a beast. Those are the two main takeaways for me. Don't really want Cody v Jake Hager, but I suppose that was probably one of the worst bits of a pretty decent show for AEW Dynamite this week. So well done AEW on another solid show. And that is it for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my other channels on screen right now, and subscribe to this channel, of course, as well as liking and sharing this video, and letting me know what you thought of Dynamite in the comments below. Link to Twitter in the description below for daily wrestling news. I think that's all for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.